So as of lately, I have been absolutely loving all the beautiful fruits that I have access to. Again, now this is purple passion fruit, and I'm amazed. This is literally like a sour candy in the inside. Like, how can you? To me, like, fruit is a sign that clearly like God is real. Like look at that. That looks like something you would find on another planet, I swear, like, or in the movie Avatar. I just love it. Super sour too. Ooh, ooh, legit better than candy. Legit better than candy. Again, I've been having so much fruit, really been doubling down again on my discipline with foods. And I actually wanted to talk a little bit about food, our bodies being temples and all of that, and go over a few videos that have actually helped me ground a little bit of my perspective and serve as some good inspiration. So we're gonna get right into it here. Now, I was scrolling on YouTube, and you come across random creators. Not even sure how I came across this one, but she had a perspective that I just absolutely loved, and I want to share with you.
Working out isn't and never should have been about purely an aesthetic goal. And I've said this exact phrase before, but this is exactly what I live by. Working out should be a way of showing gratitude to your body for everything that it does for you,
I love what she said here. Working out shouldn't be about idolizing an image or an aesthetic, because it's very hard to stay consistent when all your goals are just rooted in vanity. But working out should be gratitude for the body. I love this because there's been so many times in the past where I've tried to be consistent in the gym and then fall off. And recently has been really the only time where I've been consistent and actually enjoying the gym, because I've adopted this perspective. Also, instead of focusing on an aesthetic, I said, well, what is the purpose for being here? Well, it's for fuel. That's it. Like, that's all I think about. I am here in the gym for fuel. I am moving my body for energy. You understand? I am getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning, going to my garage, working out to give gratitude for my body, for everything it's going to do for me today. It got me out of bed, you understand? It's brought me to the studio. It allows me to communicate, allows us to be with our families. There's so much that our body does. And just treating it with respect and gratitude instead of focusing on this aesthetic. Because regardless, if you eat well and then you move your body and you work out, you're going to have a beautiful aesthetic body. But it's going to happen over time in a healthy way. We'll talk about that more in a little bit, but let's finish off her thought here.
Allowing you to live a life for being here, for being healthy, for our bodies, for everything that our bodies do for us. So that obviously dramatically changed how I thought about working out, and consequently it's also dramatically changed the way that I work out. So there are no set plans, there's no set routine, there's no set plan. I have gone through months of only exclusively doing home workouts. So people like Lily Sabri, that you guys know I love,
and the last thought here is really just being fluid, right? For me, what's helped with being consistent with moving my body is just being fluid. I have a workout routine, but also in between those days, I just ask myself, what do I need today? Some days will be qigong. Some days I'm just focusing on calisthenics. Some days I'm like, I just need to stretch today. The other day, I was like, okay, I'm going to work out. And then I realized I was really asking my body, and I meditated on it. And I was like, no, my body just needs a deep stretch. And I stretched for about probably 40 minutes. And after, I was like, wow, like I needed that. My body needed that. Like, I've been ignoring my body's needs. And this perspective, because I feel like because of Instagram and TikTok, we have so many examples of people who have, cultivated such amazing bodies. But a lot of these people aren't truthful about how they got there, right? Just because somebody has a visible, good-looking body doesn't mean that they are actually healthy. A lot of people abuse their bodies just to get the perfect aesthetic, right? And I think we need to be very mindful that we don't idolize an aesthetic and focus on health, you understand? Focus on wellness. For guys who want to get big, often, we'll just start shoving food in, trying to meet those calories. But at the same time, if you stuffing down burgers and fries and chocolate bars just to like hit a calorie goal, is that health? No. Is your body thanking you for that? No. Now, of course, you can have cheat days and do all of that, but I think at the end of the day, for me, what has been helping me a lot is just focusing on really healthy foods, you know, and thanking my body, not focusing on an aesthetic, but simply focusing on the fact that we are giving gratitude for our body and that everything that we do is simply fuel so we can be our best, you understand, and create a positive impact on our life and in the world. I want to share another video here, which was on the Flagrant podcast. And again, just kind of continuing our thought here, it was by Joe Rogan.
If there's ever one thing that someone can do to stop aging, it's lift weights. And don't stop. And don't do it for vanity. Do it because you want to keep your tissue. Like, think of it as like age is like a little demon that's slowly robbing you of your tissue.
Christian.
Your ability to walk upstairs, your ability to open up jars, your ability to open the car door when it's frozen.
He's 100% correct here, and I love this perspective. Just like how I say, I think we should create every single day because our highest form of nutrition is in our expression, and creativity to me is a lifestyle. It's not just this thing I go do to show people. It's something I do just to feel myself. You know, doing some type of movement for our body every single day should be a part of our lifestyle. And like Joe said, not for the vanity, but simply to retain and preserve ourselves, because as we do get older, trust me, you understand, I have very flat feet, so I'm experiencing knee problems now and other things, and I'm like, man, I don't want to be 50 or 60 trying to get my youth back, you understand? Let me develop my strength and my foundation now so we can be consistent and just thrive in our 80s and 90s. Like, I love seeing videos of people who are in their 80s and 90s, and you're like, wow, I thought you were 45. I was talking to a friend and she's like, everybody's focused on looking young. She's like, I'm focused on looking my best when I'm 50. So what can I do now to look my best and feel my best when I'm 50? And I'm like, I agree.
But you want to get your body accustomed to this idea that in order to survive, it has to lift things. And you need to give that body nutrients. Just full body motion that makes your body know that this is a regular part of your life.
I've actually never thought of it like that, which is a great point. Like, if we're not exercising, if we're not doing things for our body, then our body's gonna be like, well, why do we need energy? You know, we only need energy if we're going to be doing things. So what he's saying here is by implementing, you know, weightlifting and exercise into your lifestyle every single week, you're telling your body for the long run as well, hey, we need energy, we need strength, so don't give up on me, right? Do not give up. I love this. So these are just, again, simple perspective shifts that are actually helping me, again, stay more consistent. And again, I've always been very disciplined with food, you know, eat very healthy and move my body, but just being consistent in the gym, I struggle with until this year. And now I have just been loving it, seeing results, and not even focus on the results, because I'm like, we are doing this for the energy. We are doing this for the gratitude. The results, oh, bonus. Love to see it. There's this other video I saw that I want to quickly react to because the meal was amazing, and it reminded me about my boy Akeem back in the day. He coined this phrase. He would say, "Don't count calories, count colors." Right? Like, a lot of the times people, we get so obsessed with calories, trying to get enough calories or trying to cut calories, and we're counting and we become obsessive and we become extreme with our diets where it's not sustainable, and then we fall off and then we beat ourselves up for not staying on point, but it wasn't sustainable in the first place. And my boy Akeem, he said, don't count calories, count colors. Look at your dishes and how colorful is it? You understand? I love doing that now because I'll be like, look, I got my greens, I got my oranges, I got my reds, you know, I got my fruit bowls. Look at this. You got the yellow and the passion fruit, you got the purple. And now I'd be focusing just on like beautiful color, whole balanced meals. And, you know, it's like we eating the rainbow. But before we react to this video and its beautiful meal and the
So for the curry, get your saucepan heating up. I've got some
First off, outside cooking, big vibe, you understand? I used to have like a big deck at one of my cribs, and just so I could like pretend like I was in Jamaica, I would cook outside, and it's just a whole nother feeling.
onions, and I'm also going to chop up some garlic, ginger and chili, and I'll get those sauteing in my saucepan with a little bit of oil until they're lovely and golden, and I'll probably cook them for at least 5 minutes so they release all their sweetness.
That's obviously an essential base, you understand? Garlic, onions, a little bit of pepper. Love it.
Next into the pan, I'm going to add some of my favourite spices that are not only good for you, but are super tasty. We've got some fenugreek, some ground turmeric, some ground coriander, and some ground cumin.
Oof, the seasoning. The seasoning. I'm excited. I don't know why I'm excited. We're not eating it, but you know, maybe we'll make this ourselves.
So now I want to add some real depth to this curry. Just because we're making this for like a batch cooking meal, doesn't mean we can't inject some real flavour in there, and it's really simple to do, just in the form of some tomato puree.
I like how he said inject some real flavor. Like he's serious about his cooking. I never use that word in the kitchen. Inject, almost like.
And this smells beautiful. I then deglaze the pan with some vegetable stock. Let the sauce bubble away for about 15 minutes before.
This is what we would call ital cooking, you understand? You can see he's using, he's got some like clay pots for the sauces. He's outside, natural elements. And I believe like all of that is bringing good energy into the food. He clearly knows what he's doing, and I love it. Pretty much how he set himself up is what I'm trying to do in life. I want my compound. I want my farm. I want to be cooking outside, and it's beautiful.
Add in some cooked lentils.
Lentils, get your protein in. Beautiful.
After adding the lentils, stir through some non-dairy yogurt and some flakes.
Oh, okay, that's yogurt. Oh, I thought that was coconut cream. I was about to just be like, yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a big fan of yogurt. I have like this phobia with like white sauces, like mayo, ranch, like tzatziki, any of that. Like even Alfredo sauce. I can't do it.
Almonds. And that yogurt's going to make this curry super creamy and quite indulgent, to be fair.
But see, if you put the yogurt in and I didn't see it, I will eat this because I'm not even aware. Now I'm just thinking, oh, it's a creamy, nice lentil curry stew. Plus, you already don't know I love my curry, but I still feel like he should have done coconut cream.
Beautiful. Now it's important to always have lots of vegetables in your diet, of course, and you can serve some lovely veg on the side, and most of the time I'll probably have some broccoli on the side of this dish, but I'm actually going to stir through some of my greens, my kale and my chard, plus some coriander.
Right, all of this coming from his garden, so straight from the source to our bellies, you understand, to our spirit. I think it's beautiful. Instead of course we do the best we can while we can, but when we go to the markets, it's going through trucks, it's going through so many different hands. Like to be able to have something like this, one day.
Big handful of coriander, my favorite herb. In she goes.
Look at the colors. Look at the colors, you understand? Yeah, look at the colors. You got the orange in there, the green, the yellow. We got some purple in there. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Don't count calories, count colors, you understand? Get that nutrition and nourish your body. With original source foods, right? Like when I go grocery shopping, I really try to stay out of the aisles, you know, just go to the produce, just go to the actual food. Because the rest, you look at the ingredients, there's all this junk in there. You can barely pronounce what they put into. If you can't pronounce something in the ingredient list, I don't know, probably shouldn't even be eating it.
This is the first time I would have used one of these chilies. I don't know how spicy they are, but let's give it a try. I'm going to serve the curry on top of some black rice.
Black rice.
homegrown chili. See what it's like. That is spicy as.
Your boy can handle spice, so I don't know how spicy he really is. I don't even know what his spice tolerance levels are at, so come on, man. There's a little pepper.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he wasn't like.
Again, him too, like, I don't know what this guy grew up eating. He probably he may just grew up eating, you know, like mashed potatoes and stuff. Like, again, we eat spicy foods over here.
Yo, Marcus.
Damn, this is a full-on production they got. Look at the gear. Look at the setups. All right, the dude with the dreads, he gonna be my he gonna be my real. If he said hot, I'm gonna trust that it's hot.
How did I grow so spicy?
I feel like he was kind of chilling, you know. I feel like he was kind of chilling. He wasn't freaking out like them. He was like, yeah, it's hot, but you know, grandma done that before.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Like he's airing out his tongue. Oh my god.
Just put your tongue out for it cold from the air.
Oh mate, that's so spicy.
How did I grow such spicy chili?
Hey, maybe they spice you when you grow them themselves. So yeah, I believe them. It's probably spicy. I was just playing. I love it. Look at it. In the garden with the land, with the greenery, eating a beautiful, colorful meal. Oh. Now, the last thing I want to check out is a quick clip about our bodies being temples. You understand? Temples of, you know, the Holy Spirit. Let's get into it. This one is by Mike Todd.
It shouldn't be all that. What the primary source of food should be? Fuel.
Fuel.
This vehicle God gave me can last as long as it needs to be able to accomplish the purpose that God sent me here for.
Oh, okay, let's go.
But every time I sit down with my knife and my fork, I have a decision that I make. Today I present before you life and death. And he says, choose life.
Choose life. You understand? In Jamaica, in Rastafarian culture, you know, we talk about liberty, right? Choose foods that are rooted in liberty, that give you life. You know, I'm a firm believer in being disciplined with what we eat, but we also need a little bit of grace. There was a point where I was so disciplined, I probably didn't even eat a meal with my family for like 4 or 5 years because I needed to know exactly where everything came from. You understand? Then I brought a little bit of grace into the process because your boy was a little bit too strict. And then I started to enjoy a little bit too much. And then I came back, found my happy balance. But I prefer to be disciplined with the way I eat because, again, food is fuel.
And the most temporal part is your body. But it's important. Why? Because it's man's vehicle. Okay?
I always say our body is what? It's a vehicle, but yet it's a vessel. And what does a vessel do? It carries a load. What is it carrying? It's carrying our spirit. If our body isn't intact, where is our spirit going to go? Where is our expression? Where are our ideas going to go? Nowhere, you understand? So treating this properly allows us to step into position and fulfill our purpose.
So your spirit is your most valuable and it's eternal. Your soul is most vulnerable and it gets educated. But your body is man's vehicle and it expires. The saddest truth about our body is many times our body expires before God's due date.
Oof. You know, when I started to feel a little bit of knee pain, I was like, man, I'm too young for this. But I was like, there's so much I want to do, and I don't want the limitations of my body holding me back from fulfilling all that God has planned for me, especially the things that I can prevent. So I think it's very important that we take our life seriously. You understand? The way we treat ourselves, the things that we put into our body. Yes, understand that there is a discipline and a flow, right? Discipline and flow. But overall, this right here is a temple, it's a house, it's a vessel for your spirit. And if you don't feel good, we don't get to experience you. We don't get to experience the best you, all that you have to offer, all that God has placed within you goes to waste.
You can't tell me that what we are doing as a culture is not taking years off of our life because we're cuffed to comfort, convenience, and the cake.
I love it. Our bodies are temples. They are vessels that are going to allow us to do so many amazing things in this world. Again, I think trying not to focus and idolize some image or some goal, but bring all that energy into the process and the journey, right? And just start to embrace that consistency. Not too hard, not too low. Just find that happy medium and you will love the process. For me, I like to eat clean about 95% of the time, 5%, 10% of the time, enjoy. If I'm with family, I just try to enjoy now just for the community aspect, right? I'm a little bit less strict in that way. But just doing things and realizing this is gratitude for our body, right? It's not for some vanity reason so we can show it off on Instagram. Listen, through the consistency in treating your body right and having gratitude for your body, you're gonna have an amazing body. You understand? It's gonna happen over time regardless. But if you try to do it, and speed track it and cheat your way there, most likely you're gonna fall off or you're gonna get there and then you caused a new problem, right? Because you took all these toxic things to like whatever, I'd be seeing some crazy people do some crazy things. Like there's some people on YouTube who like hacked. They drink like this sleep medicine to gain weight. They're probably creating a problem in their liver just to get thick. And again, we don't want to do that. You understand? We want to nourish ourselves inside and out and have gratitude for our body every single day, because these things right here, you understand? It's going to allow us to do amazing things on this planet. You have a purpose. Make sure that you're ready to fulfill it. And you don't know in hindsight, everything is going to be all right. It's a vibe thing. Powered by I'm going to finish this passion fruit because Jano, I love my passion fruit. So good.